I never thought a single message could completely flip my entire life upside down, but 3 words did exactly that. I'm pregnant. At the time, I was 24, working full-time at a warehouse. Not rich, not broke, just trying to build a life that didn't feel like I was stuck in place forever. And the person I wanted that future with was my girlfriend, Emily. We had been together for almost 2 years. We weren't perfect, but we were serious. Like, actually serious. We had talked about moving in together, about saving up, about what kind of parents we'd be someday, just casually, like it was something far off in the future. So when she sent me that text one Tuesday night at 11:43 p.m., everything stopped. I still remember staring at my phone for a solid minute, not even blinking. I'm pregnant. No explanation, no emoji, just that. I called her immediately. She didn't pick up. I called again, straight to voicemail. That's when the panic started setting in, because in my head, I wasn't thinking clearly. I was already there. I was already imagining doctor appointments, bills, a baby, telling my parents, everything collapsing all at once. I texted her, "What do you mean? Are you sure?" She replied about 10 minutes later, "I took 2 tests. They're positive. I don't know what to do." That was it. No photos, no details, just confirmation. And I'll be honest, I didn't sleep that night. I lay there staring at the ceiling, thinking my entire future just got rewritten without my permission. The next day, I went to see her. She looked different, not physically, but emotionally. Quiet, distant, like she was carrying something massive on her shoulders. She handed me a small plastic bag. Inside were 2 pregnancy tests. Both had faint lines. Faint, but there. I didn't even know what I was supposed to say. I just sat there holding them like they were explosives. She started crying. "I didn't plan this," she said. "I'm scared." And I believed her, because why wouldn't I? We sat there for hours talking about what we were going to do. Abortion, keeping it, telling our families. Everything felt too fast, too heavy. But what stuck with me the most was how real she seemed. That's what made it believable. Over the next few days, things changed completely. She started talking about cravings, morning sickness, how tired she was all the time, and I stepped up instantly. I started picking up extra shifts. I stopped buying things for myself. I was already mentally building a future I wasn't even sure was real, but something small started to feel off. She didn't want me coming over randomly anymore. She kept saying she needed rest. She avoided FaceTiming. And every time I asked about a doctor appointment, she had an excuse. I haven't booked it yet. I'm waiting for the clinic to call me back. I'll go next week. It was always next week. Still, I ignored it. Because denial is powerful when you're emotionally invested. About a week and a half later, her best friend, Sarah, texted me. We weren't close, but we knew each other. Her message was simple. "Hey, can we talk about Emily?" My stomach dropped instantly. We met at a coffee shop the next day, and what she told me, honestly, didn't make sense at first. She said she hasn't actually been to any clinic. She hasn't bought anything. And I've never seen her take those tests you mentioned. I told her she must be mistaken. I literally showed her the picture Emily sent me of the tests. But Sarah just shook her head. And then she said something I'll never forget. "Those look like the ones you can buy online that already have lines on them. I didn't even know those existed, but apparently they do." And that's when the doubt started creeping in. Not full disbelief, just cracks, tiny ones, but enough to make everything feel unstable. That night, I went back to Emily's place unannounced. For the first time in days, I didn't warn her. And what I saw changed everything. She wasn't sick. She wasn't resting. She wasn't even acting like someone who was pregnant. She was laughing. On the phone. Completely normal until she saw me. And the moment she did, her face dropped. Not confusion, not surprise. Panic. I asked her a simple question. "When was your last doctor appointment?" She froze. Then she said, "I told you. I haven't gone yet." But her voice shook this time, and I knew something was wrong. So I did something I probably should have done earlier. I asked to see the tests again. She hesitated. Way too long. Then she went into the bathroom and came back with nothing, just empty hands, and said, "I threw them out." That was the moment everything collapsed, because in that instant, I knew she couldn't explain it anymore. I didn't yell. I didn't even argue. I just left. And for the first time in almost 2 years, I didn't text her goodnight. The next day, I met Sarah again. This time, she didn't sugarcoat anything. She told me Emily had been going through something mentally for a while. Stress, fear of losing me, fear of being alone. And somehow, this became the solution she chose. A fake pregnancy, not out of evil, but out of panic, or insecurity, or something deeper I still don't fully understand. But the part that hurt the most wasn't even the lie itself. It was how far it went, how real she made it feel. I eventually confronted her again, and this time she didn't deny it. She broke down crying within seconds. She said she didn't know how to stop it once it started, that she thought she could fix it later, that she never expected me to believe it so completely. And honestly, I didn't know what to say, because part of me was angry, but another part of me just felt exhausted, like I had been emotionally running a marathon that she signed me up for without telling me. We broke up that night. No screaming, no dramatic fight. Just done. It's been a while since then, and I've had a lot of time to think about it. People like to simplify stories like this. Call it manipulation, call it crazy, call it toxic. But the truth is messier. Sometimes people don't plan to hurt you. Sometimes they just panic and dig a hole they can't climb out of. That doesn't excuse it, but it explains how it happens. I don't think about her every day anymore, but I do think about that first text. I'm pregnant. Because that was the moment everything I thought I knew about my life got rewritten. And even though it wasn't real, the stress, the fear, the emotional weight of it, that part was. And that doesn't just disappear. If there's anything I learned from it, it's this. Don't build a future on information you haven't verified, because sometimes what feels the most real is exactly what isn't.